Pros and cons to Seint makeup. I pre-planned. I thought of what is a pro, what is a con. So where I roll is that there's always something, there's never something that's perfect, right? Because we would go looking for something else. But I'm the type of person that I want to test something out really good and then try it different ways and really give my opinion on something before just like kicking it out the door, unless it plain just sucks. So I wanted to do a pros and cons to Seint makeup. It's a cream foundation. Everything fits into one compact. Here's our pros and our cons, and I'm going to dive in deeper with them. But I got a lot to do in like mom life, housewife kind of thing that we're going to go full laundry and clean up while we do this. Welcome to the Mecca of my madness. This is where the laundry has not been taken care of, because if you're watching this, probably you will see this after graduation has happened, but we're at the end of the school year and the people who are supposed to help me with laundry aren't helping me with laundry. Okay, so we're just gonna fold laundry. Okay, we're gonna fold laundry and Mitch is gonna ask me questions that's off of this and I'm gonna dive in. So let's try and have some happiness and joy while we fold laundry. I actually really like it. It's actually a zen thing for me. Oh, speaking of that, I started that one, but I didn't start this one. I don't know if you feel this exact same way as me or not, but it kind of is a zen thing. I was talking to this with some of my ladies online because I started a new Facebook page called Lives in Laundry, and we were talking about laundry and where we do it, whether it's on the floor or in the laundry room or on the dining room table. So come on over here, Mitch, and you can ask me all about this. So I think what we'll do is we'll go first over the pros and then we'll go over the cons too. So you can ask away. Oh, do you know what's really cool about my laundry room? If you ever build a house, this was like my dream. So in here are bins that once it's folded, your clean laundry only goes here when it's folded. And so that's why you see like dirty laundry and stuff out, because this is all the clean laundry for the person. My oldest have not brought down their bins for me, so sucks to be them, because now when I sort it, they're gonna have to dig through all that. But they all have their own bins, so they just have to take up their clean laundry and then go put it all away. It's the best thing ever. My friend, I got this idea from my friend. So she gets, if you can't do this and you have a wall in your laundry room, she gets enough laundry baskets, and these are just trash cans, that she lines up in her laundry room, and then she puts their clean laundry, and they have to go upstairs and put it away, and they have to put it away immediately and call it a day. So it's the best thing ever, and I'm so glad I did it.
Pro number one, having a personal makeup artist.
That one's one of my favorites because I get, so like, have you ever gone to Nordstrom or any store, Target, whatever, Ulta, whatever, and you don't know what to get, and the foundation colors don't kind of match up with what you think they may be? So I have, and honestly, when I decided to be an artist, that was why, was because I would always go there and I'd wait there for hours, and then even if they worked on my face, when I would go to put it on when I got home, it didn't go how I thought it would. And so I made it with having me as an artist for you. If you ever needed help, you have that guidance, which you wouldn't have another way. So that's one of my very favorite pros with having your own artist. And I think I'm pretty dadgum good at what I do. I've been doing it for long enough. And when I started, I made sure I got it on face after face after face, and I studied skin textures, and I've got it on faces of all ages, and I studied melasma, I studied hyperpigmentation, I studied all of that, and so that's made a difference for application as well, for how good of a job I can do for other people.
Another pro would be having everything all in one palette.
Why, yes. Wait, have you never seen what Seint looks like? Because if you haven't, I'm gonna go get it and we can let you see it, because you literally have your eyeshadows, powder, your foundation colors, which we call a highlight, contour, bronzer, It's all in there. Let's go look at what their palettes can look like. I'll show you. Okay, come here, check this out. So I have it, this is my palette where this is like what it looks like used. And so I have it so that key things, I keep my powders in the bottom and I keep my creams in the top. So my whole entire, whatever I choose to build it like you could do one just for eyeshadows or just like for lip and cheeks that you shove in your back pocket or in your purse and out the door you go. You can stack it. You can seriously just build it. You can leave room that's bare for growth in the end because they're all magnetic. And then I have amazing eyeshadows there. You can go, oh, this one is 3 levels. This one is my favorite when I'm traveling, honestly, because then you're always changing your outfit, so I can have a ton of blushes in, a ton of eyeshadows in, and all of that. And then, or you could even go bigger. This is the biggest. And have it with, this is every single lip and cheek that we have, and have it like that. So that's what's really cool. It's all in one. So your makeup bag is no longer massively stacked. Your makeup bag is like barely, there's nothing in it compared to having just tons and tons of junk. All right, what next one do you have for me?
Next one is travel friendly, which you kind of touched on.
Oh, it's still travel friendly. It's TSA approved. I actually just put mine in my backpack where my computer goes when I travel. I can, when I on the go and I just have like a purse, I can put that in there. But having it be TSA approved, because whenever I pack, I always try and do a carry-on. Stuff just flew out of my mouth. Whenever I pack, I try to always do just a carry-on. And so my makeup bag used to be like, it was about this tall and it was about this wide. And it would take up the whole entire carry-on. And so this has made it so that it's just this little, you saw them, just barely. It works really well.
Did you ever have any problems with TSAs?
Never. Because they're,
So before.
oh, before? No. But sometimes people will think that because it's a cream, that, and you have multiple in there, they'll think that it's not, because you know how when you travel, it has to be 3.4 ounces. So they always think that since it's combined, that it isn't TSA approved, but it is. Even their skincare line is TSA approved, because it's smaller than that.
Double-ended brushes.
The double-ended brushes are boss. The quality of them, because their denseness, like people will try to use other brushes, which I did. In fact, maybe we should go back to where we just were, and I can show you what my makeup brush was before Seint. But you have the double-ended brushes now, which helps you save money, and the price point for the brushes are awesome as well. Do you want to see what the brushes look like? Do you want to see what my last brush looked like? I'll show you really fast. So these aren't the cleanest brushes, but they turn out looking so clean once you clean them. So they're like this. And this is what our brushes used to look like. And then when we rebrowned it, I have to do this again. There's like fuzzies on this. So this is what our brushes look like. This is kind of the coloring that they used to be. But the brush that I used to have, oh my gosh, cherry, was this. It is so bad. I didn't realize the importance of a good brush, and I can guarantee you a lot of people's brushes look like this. So this is a brand new brush though from another line. And I want to, so this is like crazy flimsy. So when you put a cream with this, it's really hard for it to like the pounce and how dense it is. So having more dense brushes, the brushes just get in there instead of getting down into the shaft of the brush. And so this is just so flimsy, whereas this, you can't really get that like you can before. See how fast these bounce back? And then see how this one does not. Okay, this is just so much more dense, and this has a spring to it, and you don't want this for having a cream foundation. See how that one just stays stiff? And then see how this has a bounce? You want to make sure you have that density. So that's why these brushes are so awesome. So two-sided, and they're such great brushes.
Great price point.
Totally awesome price point. Each tin is $14, 22 Canadian. and they last you, like your main foundation color, your main highlight, that one will last you, especially because with cream makeup, you want to use less. So it's going to last you like 5 months, and everything else is going to last you from there to a year. So you really don't use a ton. And $14 for a foundation, I will match you to more than one, but still, all the foundations I wore or I bought was like $56, something like that. I just hold up my sports bra while I talk through this. So it's a really good price point, and they last and do a good job forever.
Cream blushes are in.
Cream blushes are so in. Mitch, did you know that?
I didn't.
Okay, so think about this. When you go and put your powder on, put on the brush, and every time you apply your makeup, you have no idea how you're going to put it on. If you're going to come up into your face, like how you're going to do it. A cream blush is the best answer to your prayers. You can mix and match other colors, super, super easy. You can choose which ones you want to put on your lips or put on your cheeks. You can, I don't even know. You can apply it 100 different ways. Sometimes I'll apply it with just my finger. Sometimes I'll pounce it off softly. Sometimes I'll barely use any or more, but it's very much more controllable than a powder.
You can earn free palettes.
Heck yeah, you can. So anytime when you order,
so you can earn free palettes.
you can. So when you place your order, or when you're placing your order, the amount of tins that you buy, it can bring an allowance for a compact. So that the size of compact you want, it can end up costing you just like $5, and then some of them can be free depending on the size you get. So the palettes can either be crazy inexpensive or just be free, just depending on how much you buy. But that does count towards all the product for the face, like not including brushes. That all counts towards getting that free palette. So it's pretty cool, or close to free palette.
You can earn rewards.
You can totally earn rewards because they're called parties. And it's kind of weird that they're called parties because yes, it's with direct sales, but you don't have to have a party in order to earn rewards. So like Mitch could buy my makeup, his girlfriend could buy the makeup, not my makeup, but Seint makeup, and then she can have me set her up a party before she orders, and then when she goes to place the order, she just makes sure she orders it under that little link that gives you the party. And what it does is it accrues dollars into this party, and then the higher that party gets, aka rewards system, kind of like Nordstrom Notes or Ulta points or Launch points, then you can start to work to half off items, and then full-fledged free dollar that you can do. So it's really awesome. You can open one party a month if you choose to. The party can last you a year or more. It starts accruing points, $3, make you holla, at 200, and it maxes out at 2,500.
For all ages.
I think I get asked more than anything if this makeup is good for mature skin. That's probably the one that I get the most of, and the answer is yes. The trick to makeup, no matter what your age is less and more. The trick to makeup of all ages is less is more. So let's say you're trying to teach your teenager to wear makeup and you're like, girlfriend, only wear a little bit, like please don't put on a ton of makeup. Well, she's going to look better to wear less anyways, and with this makeup, and same goes for you. So your makeup will look better if you wear less. And so every single age is covered with this makeup. I swear to you, and you'll see on more YouTube videos that I have mature skin videos as well. So go check those out too.
Don't like something? That's okay.
Oh, totally. So like if there is something, so what I mean by that is, let's say for example, you really love the foundation that you wear. You love it, but you're stuck on the fact that you want your compact to, or your makeup, everything to fit into one compact, like you really like that, then continue using your own foundation and have your compact have the other things in it too. For me, the goal was to have as much in a compact as I possibly could to make sure that my makeup bag was minimal. And that's what I've done. But I personally love every single aspect of it. I think the creams are genius. I think the creams are a great consistency. And I think that I know for a fact I'm using way less makeup than I was before and loving my makeup for the first time in my whole entire life. Whereas before, I had the biggest makeup bag, made the biggest messes, and I never was completely happy.
Take it on the go. Joss talks about the clutch.
Oh, on the go. First of all, where did this come from? But I like it. I don't know where this came from. Taking it on the go. So we have a purse that is from Seint. It's called the Clutch, and you can seriously put your makeup in your purse. The back portion of it is the clutch that holds all your makeup, and the front portion of it has two pockets. One pocket you keep your brushes in, and the other pocket you have all of your bits and pieces. So it's truthfully an on-the-go concept with everything in one compact, and you can even do it with your purse. So it's pretty good.
Skincare goodness.
The milk, it used to be called milk moisturizer. It was the first time that I ever really started taking good care of my face, and I love that stuff. But I will say, I didn't realize how much it changed my skin until I like took a picture of me and then I compared it to like 3 years before that or something, and I was like, holy cow, my skin is looking so good. I was breaking out from hormones left and right, and I hadn't really noticed I had noticed that I wasn't breaking out so much, but it didn't dawn on me until I was like, okay, what has changed? And the only thing that had changed was that skincare. So the Seint cream is my absolute favorite. I don't use it every day. Right. Hold tight. I don't use it every day right now because I like to actually use different moisturizers depending on what's going on. But if you're trying to start somewhere with skincare, I love the Seint cream so much. I love the cleanser. The toner, I like, oh my gosh, the toner for burns. So I can't use it on my face because my face is so sensitive, but I buy probably 3-4 just for summer. And anytime you get a rash, a sunburn, just like exposure to the sun and you want to soften your skin, that Seint toner is where it's at. It's so, so good.
It's versatile and it's easy.
So the cool thing that's with it is on the days that you want to have a summer look, throw on bronzer, throw on something under your eyes, and call it a day. The days that you want to be glam, be glam. The days that you want to wear less, like I normally wear on the daily, but then when I go to an event, I wear more. I can easily do that because the makeup's buildable. It does a better job. What is this? I mean, I think I know. It's a shirt. I don't know. I'm just gonna put it in there. Anyways, you can totally build it how you want it. Make it how you want it. Do your face like you want it. So the lines of versatile and what did I say? And easy, it really is. The times you're going to struggle is when you're applying way too much. But you can make it look more glam. You can make it look more all of that just by doing, building it. Kind of building it up just a bit instead of just putting a crap ton of makeup on your face all at one time. And so it's awesome.
Now to the cons, it's easy to use too much.
It's totally easy to use too much because people are used to tutorials and people are used to people putting on a crap ton of foundation. Like, we're at the point where a lot of times people don't even look like themselves after they're done with their makeup. And so it is easy to use too much because we are used to taking a lot of foundation and smearing it all over. Whereas this makeup, you really truly just press it into the areas using minimal and it's better. So that is a con, but it's also a pro when you use that small amount. So I do think that people have to like make that transition to teaching themselves to use less, but it in the end will turn to a pro for sure.
Only one mirror. Joss talks about the palette.
Oh, yeah. So you know how I showed you a couple layers? The top layer has a mirror, but the underneath one doesn't. So I actually like to put my eyeshadows on the top. I know that's not how I had them in there, but I like to put the eyeshadows on the top, and then I like to put the creams down below, because my eyes, I at least need to see really well. But the face, you get to the point where you're just like putting it on and you really truly just begin to have it memorized. And so that is, it doesn't bother me, but I do know people wish that it had to, but it would be heavy. And I don't know if it would hold up as well if it had to, but some people wish it did.
No sunscreen.
There is no sunscreen in the makeup, and people are used to having a sunscreen with tint or a BB cream with sunscreen in it. And so I know that that can be a con for many, but this is why it's actually a pro for me. So if you haven't seen on my blog, I talk about different sunscreens and what's in sunscreens. And there's actually this lady that I follow that is like a sunscreen guru, but sunscreens can have, especially if they're tinted, it's called dimethicone. And this is a cream foundation, and dimethicone helps things be creamy, but sometimes the consistency with it, because it's a silicone. Silicones with cream makeups, they aren't always best friends. It just depends on the product, depends on the brand. So with sunscreens, there's also a lot of sunscreens that we just straight up don't like. Like, they're not clean, they're not good for the environment, they're not the best for your skin. And by not having sunscreen in the makeup, you can use the sunscreen you want. So put your sunscreen on first and then put your makeup on. But the other thing, that you can still create your own BB cream by taking a little bit of your foundation, put it on your hand or whatever, and then take a little bit of your sunscreen, blend them together, apply it to your face. So it is a con, but it's also a pro at the same exact time. And one last thing, if you take pictures in this makeup with Seint without having sunscreen in it, you're gonna look incredible in every single ounce of lighting, including with a flash. If you take pictures in a makeup that has a sunscreen, when they take the picture, it's called flash. It's called flashing, a flash. When the camera is taken with the flash on, your skin can turn like a white color, very, very, very white and washed out. That's because there's sunscreen on the people who was wearing the makeup that day with sunscreen in the pictures. So not having sunscreen in a makeup is a really good thing for all different days, no matter what, especially nice formal events.
So Seint does not have it all.
Seint does not have it all. They don't have every ounce of product. They don't have eyeliners, if you're thinking of an eyeliner as like what we're used to eyeliners. They don't have lip liner if you're thinking of a lip liner. They don't have mascara. They don't have a BB cream. They don't have, I mean, there's things they don't have, but I actually also look at that as a pro, because the one thing I do know is that the products that Seint has, they try really hard to make sure that their product counts for what they have. And it actually brings a lot to the table for me, because this makeup is so customizable. I can use my eyeshadow for my liner. It's actually my very favorite way to do it. I can use my contour for my lip liner. It's actually what I do. And it makes it so that as my lips are wearing throughout the day, that it fades off natural and beautiful in that way. So they don't have everything, but I actually look at that one as a pro. So, but again, some people might not.
Makeup can melt.
It's a cream, so it can melt. So if you have it out in your car, you need to make sure it's faced up. When you have it be shipped to you and it's in the dead of summer, when you take it out of the box, you need to make sure that you do not open it, and you just set it on your countertop and let it cool and then open it. It being a cream though, makes it so that you can melt it to use every last bit of it. You know how your foundation in a bottle, you'll always have stuff you just cannot get out? You will use every last ounce of this makeup because you can melt it down. You can get out any of the little fibers that were in the brush or floating around the air. It helps it sanitize it, but you can use every ounce by kind of melting it. I have other tutorials of how, you'll see me talk about that in stories, but melting it down is actually a great way to make sure you get every ounce of your makeup out of the tin.
The contours are hard.
So some people, one of the biggest complaints with people, not one of the biggest, it's not a huge complaint, but it is something that I see in my inbox, is they feel that the contours are too hard. So the makeup is actually, each thing the highlight, the contour, all of that. Each thing they have a different consistency. So the highlights are softer than the contours, because the contours, we want to make sure it stays very well in that key area. But one thing is, if you're in a cold area or it's wintertime, sometimes the contours can be way too hard, and we'll tell people, take your blow dryer, melt it down, or they just won't, their brushes are brand new, so they don't know like how hard to get the makeup out. So there's a couple different things you can do. One, sometimes people struggle with even knowing where to put the contour. So if you just get some on your finger and then come like here, it helps you keep that line with the contour, and I recommend just going only right there. Or you can just barely get it on the corner of a brush instead of the whole type of brush. But I teach people to dab into the highlight but sweep out for the contour, and that helps too. But using that, getting a little bit of heat to it will help. But again, it's for a reason, and that's to try and make it that your contour stays really, really well throughout the day. All right, so these are just some key things. If you have thought of a pro or a con from Seint because you've tried it, or if you have thought of a pro or a con that I maybe didn't mention, put it in the comments below. Whether you've tried it or you have questions about it. Sorry if the hair looks weird. It's a good thing for you to ask those questions, because I'm happy to help. So if you ever choose to get to try Seint, it's in the US and Canada, minus Quebec. But one thing that's cool, you're watching this video with me, I would love to be your artist. With having me as your artist, I have very key things of where I color match you and what I provide for you. So if you ever need one-on-one assistance, we can email, I can shoot you a video, you can shoot me a quick video where I see how you're using it. And then I have key short tutorials that I can give you for your application. I'm never gonna leave you alone. I value you, and I value your $1. And so I got you. But you can always find me on Instagram, jocelyn.mcclellan. You can find me on Facebook, fitmissionmakeup.com. Nope. You can find me, that's my website. Fitmissionmakeup.com is my website where you submit a color match. You're gonna be facing a window, but there's all that description there. But Fit Mission Makeup with Jocelyn McClellan is where you will find me on Tuesdays doing a makeup tutorial, and Thursdays doing a hair tutorial. I hope you like this video, getting to know the Seint makeup company a little bit more. Again, if you have any questions, ask, and I will talk to you later.